When I say the phrase coming home, what do you feel? Relief, joy, maybe longing. For many of us, home is not just a physical place. It's a place of return, of remembering. And I used to think that home meant walking through the front door of my parents' house, 4101 McGuire Court, Grand Rapids, Michigan, or my grandparents' house, 270 Sly, and the warm smell of something cooking on the stove, or coffee going for 14 hours per day. And if you know me, you know coffee is a big part of my life and always has been. It's the sound of voices that I knew even before I knew myself. And these are all powerful and deeply meaningful memories that in many ways forged who I am, and I'm sure if you think back to your memories of home, shaped who you are. But over time, I've realized that home is less about furniture and walls and more about belonging, a deep sense of knowing where you need to be. And this just isn't poetry or a Hallmark card. It has its roots in neuroscience. Studies show that when people feel a sense of belonging, their brains release oxytocin, sometimes called the bonding hormone. It also suppresses stress hormones like cortisol. It builds trust, and it even boosts resilience. So in other words, when we truly feel at home, our brains and our bodies relax, we heal, we grow, and we become who we were meant to be. And coming home can mean many things. Maybe many things at different times in our lives. Sometimes it's literal. Getting off the airplane after a 14-hour flight and seeing your parents for the first time in 6 or 8 months. Sometimes it's emotional, returning to a version of yourself that maybe you thought you'd lost, and pulling up memories deep from the hard drives of our brain. It can be relational. It can be physical. It can be all of these things. And it can be many of these things at once, or it can happen individually over a period of time. But here's the paradox. Coming home often requires us to change. We step away from what we knew and what is comfortable and seeing things through new eyes. This journey gives us meaning. Think about it. And some of the parents in this room have maybe felt this or seen this as their kids grow older. It's the college student who returns home and sits in their parents' kitchen, as I did, for hours and hours, talking to them on their first trip back from university, when 6 months ago, it was just a passing hello. It's the traveler who returns to their hometown and notices beauty in what they'd seen as ordinary for years or maybe even decades. So what does this journey mean? It means that wherever we are in our journey, we carry the possibility of home within us, in our memories, in our values, in our communities that we choose, in the people we choose to spend time with. Home is not a single address. It's not 4101 McGuire Court or 270 Burke. It's the people, the places, and the practices that make us whole. And so here's an invitation and a challenge. Take time to notice where you feel most yourself, because that is where home is calling you. And coming home is not the end of a journey. It's the moment where we recognize where we belong, who we are, and how we've gotten there along the way. And as a school community, it's a challenge to create that sense of belonging, that sense of community, that sense of caring, so that those that are here at Colegio Maya see Maya as their home, whether certainly not physical, we don't want people to live here, but in their thoughts and in their memories. Thank you.